Hi, I'm Alex Levine from the Place Theatre in Bedford. I'm part of the Creative Bedfordshire network and one of the members of the Bedford Cultural Partnership. And I thought I'd make a quick video for anybody who is on the Creative Bedfordshire platform to explain how you might set up your own events and use the system to its full capacity. We're really excited that Creative Bedfordshire is relaunched in this way and really keen to get people using the platform and also attending activities and events. And we think this is a great opportunity to share upcoming development opportunities, get-togethers, non-performance activities, but things where there's a chance for people to come together and improve their understanding or their learning, build stronger networks, build collaborations, those kinds of things. And so we're really keen, as a series of organisations and institutions, that the people who are on the platform themselves feel enabled to come up with their own activities, to put things forward, to make suggestions to the wider network about activities that they are planning on organising and letting people know about those. So this is your chance to do that. As you can see, I've set this up so that hopefully you can see me, and briefly, this little small window over here to the side is the login for the Creative Bedfordshire website. I have logged in, and I'm going to switch over actually to the different view so that you can see in more detail. So I have logged in already, and I went to the events page at the top here, or you can go over to the side menu that drops down as well to pull the events up, and you can see a list of all the events that are forthcoming. At the moment, we only have the Producers Hub Working Lunch next week, but if you want to create an event, there is a button just here, Create an Event, and it brings up this pop-up. Now it's useful if you've got all of your activity stuff ready to go, so that you can upload it all and then kind of move away from it. You might see a few things here that I have, because I'm an admin on the site, that you might not spot, and particularly the status. But everything else should be exactly the same as what you see here. And basically, you're looking at this top line here, where you've got all of your lists to work through about the event. Very similar to setting up an event in Inventive or Eventbrite or something like that. Name and banner is the headlines. The description is where you're going to put in your main copy and text for what's going on, explaining to people what's happening. They've very conveniently made it so that you can fill it full of all kinds of different design, so you can really make it look like the document that you want it to look like. A chance for a location, so I'm just going to put in, you can search, and I think it uses Google somewhere in the back end. You can see the place Bedford exists, so why not? It's a place where we do events, so let's set something up. And then it will auto-fill all of the address details. If you don't have it or you can't find the place that you're looking for, you can of course add that in itself. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's delete that if we can. Let's clear that off. Let's get rid of that. There we are. So now it thinks we're in Madrid for some reason. Cool. Actually, let's just close out and start again. So let's go back to the location, and let's see if I just type in the information here. I don't know whether it will add the little Google Map link. I'm exploring whilst I'm learning. There you are. Look, yes, the moment you put in the postcode, it finds it on the map, which is great to know. So there we are. So those are your options. If you've got a location that you can find really easily, then you can add that there. Otherwise, just add in all of your address details down the side. So I'll just go for the place again, put it back in. Cool. Dates and times is quite self-evident. Once you have added in your date for your activity and what time it's starting, it's in the slightly awkward format, so it's 1900 minutes, seconds, and milliseconds, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. If you are very specific about the millisecond on which your event starts, then feel free to use it, but it does feel a little bit like it's overkill at this point. And then you can also add in your event end date. That is optional. I think you can literally just select the start date. The temptation is going to be to click the create event button, which is always there on all of these things. But actually the information is stored as you bounce around between these top level menu items. So you don't need to or really want to click the create event button until you have uploaded all of your information, even though it sits there temptingly asking you to click it. So we've selected our date. It's going to be the 14th of October. It's going to start at 7 o'clock. Tickets here, you can have it be free, or you can put a price in, and you can say that there are only 20 tickets available, and you can choose if you want to show who's selected to come from Creative Bedfordshire or not. Contact info, yourself, how people can get in contact with you or your organisation, any social medias you might have. So we can add in all of ours, which are conveniently all the same. Great, and a telephone number if you want to have people phone up to make bookings, or give them that option. And then what you can also do is sub-events. And you'll see here there's a pop-up saying you need to tell us more about this. My understanding, because I haven't actually done one of this one myself yet, is it allows you to set up an event that has multiple different instances. So for example, if you want to do the same thing over and over again, but on different dates, you can use the sub-event and change the ends at. Let's have a play around with that. You can also, let's go to visibility, have a public URL, which once you've saved and created the event, you'll be able to copy out and send off to other people to use in your own mailings or WhatsApp groups or whatever it is that you're using, social media. Or you can have it as a private event where it won't show up on the listings page, and you can only get to it by following the URL, which you might find useful as well if you want to do something where you're inviting people through a circuitous route to come to something. So let's just go back and make some event stuff. So our event is called Training Video Event. It is, there's currently no items in the categories. It's a training session. If you are selling tickets elsewhere, or perhaps say there's a link on your personal website or your business website for what you're doing as well, you can also include it here so that you're not keeping everything on the Creative Bedfordshire platform. You're also able to link off to your own areas as well. And then obviously there is a drag and drop image, or you can choose a file from your computer. I'm not sure if I've got anything. Let's have a quick look, whether there's anything vaguely relevant. Sure, let's use this random picture from a film that we're going to be screening at the cinema here in Bedford. There we are, and you can see you can do selections, moves, select in on just a single bit of it, or go for a banner. Let's go for a banner on that because it's a really interesting image. There we are. So I've got my training video event, I've got my image, I've chosen a category, and the description is just training for creative Bedfordshire. Great, you'll get to see how awful I am at touch typing. Creative Bedfordshire events live and in person free biscuits. Why not everyone loves a free biscuit? Bold, underlined. Let's put that off to the right, and that can actually then link out to our website. Why not? Just to show you, we'll open it in a new window because we want people to still be on here. There we are. Wonderful. And then a short excerpt as well if you want it. So it's like great training session, exclamation mark, includes biscuits. So we've got a brief description. We've got our name and banner and an image. Our location is set, our dates and times. Let's add an end date so that we can play around with these sub-events as well. So let's say it's only going to last an hour. I think you only need an hour to learn how to do this and get a free biscuit. So there's our start and end date. Our tickets are £10. Now let's have free tickets. That would be silly. And you can. There's only 20 of you. We've only got 20 biscuits. Sorry. Contact info. I've done that. So let's have a quick look at our sub-events. The status field is invalid. Ooh, we're learning things. Oh, of course. So we're still in pending. So once your event is finished, and you've finished uploading all of your information and everything, and you click Create Event, it will come across to the admin team from Creative Bedfordshire, which is myself and a number of other people who work for organisations here in Bedford. We monitor it across the week and take it in turns, and we just make sure that the events that are being uploaded are in keeping with the guidelines that we've set, and that they are relevant to the location in which all of our work is taking place, Bedfordshire, and also the themes that we've spoken about, things to do with development, networking, meetings, those kinds of things. At that point, the status is approved or rejected. Usually, if it's rejected, we would write back to you before we reject it to suggest why it's likely to be rejected. In some cases, we've had events put up that would be much better suited as a news post. In some cases, it's been people promoting shows or artist studio visits and things like that, which we feel are more usefully communicated to the general public. So using things like the Bedford Clanger or Creative Bedfordshire's, other networks through the Facebook group. There are so many great ways of getting your word out about what you're doing to the general public. What we really want Creative Bedfordshire's network to be is about communicating with other artists and active creators, and doing that kind of next level of personal development and networking. But yeah, you will find out that your event has been approved. I'm going to move it over to the approved section for now because I'm on the admin already. So I can just look into this sub-event again. Oh, okay. I'm just going to create it. Now in this instance, it will probably appear immediately into this. I got an email to tell me that a new event has been created, so I need to check it. It is working in the background. But it's that simple. It's no more difficult than setting up something in Eventbrite or a Facebook event. And the great thing is that events that go onto the Creative Bedfordshire platform can then automatically feed into the Creative Bedfordshire newsletter that people can sign up to. And I know that myself or someone else from the Creative Bedfordshire network is going to do a video very soon about how to make sure that you're getting that newsletter, and also to set up the news events, which also feed across into the newsletter. So for like a very short amount of time, it's quite an easy way to feed into the news box and the email boxes of all the other people in the Creative Bedfordshire network. So that has now appeared. Let's find out if it's on the list. There it is. Training video event with the Facebook and Twitter logos attached. View tickets available, view details. and then when you open up the details, you'll see, I didn't do a particularly in-depth job on this, but you can see that it's taking its time, of course it is. There's plenty of space for you to include lots of event detail, is what I was going to say. If my computer decides to finally load it, it is still transferring data. But yes, that is the idea behind the events. We actively encourage you to set something up. Hopefully that's nice and quick, easy explainer for you. And if you are interested in learning more, then the other thing you can do is to jump onto the forum on Creative Bedfordshire, where there are opportunities to have discussions or to talk about events, other kinds of events that you have coming up. And I'm going to do another video very shortly that explains how you can engage in the forum, create your own posts, reply to other people's posts and start the conversation there. We're really keen to have more conversation happening on the platform, which helps us share information between the users. That is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this was helpful.